Hey everyone, welcome back to Beach Angel Tarot. I'm here to do a specific person, a peek into your specific person's energy this week. And we're going to take a look and see. We're going to start the reading with what your specific person wants you to know from their higher self. So a message to you from them. And I'm going to use a Angels and Gemstone Guardian card. So this is like a little nugget of information with the Gemstone energy for you from their higher self. And I think I'm going to use a fairy card. I don't know if I'm going to use a fairy cards for the actual reading though. I may use let me see. I may use the spirits of darkness and light to do the actual reading with the truth. And I'm going to get a vibrational energy. So let's get a joint vibrational energy. So you and your specific person, how are you vibing? What is the vibration message to you? Like a joint vibration message to you. Where are you both vibing right now? What's important from this vibrational energy? What message does it want you to know? So when you connect energetically to them and them to you, what does this third vibration have to say to you? And it is, wow. I was like, wow, spiral coil. It's like a lot of growth. It's like a new, it's like a seed that is growing and about to uncurl, right? So let me read it. This is the message from that third energy that you create with your, your two energies. Spiral coil. It says, are you wound up tightly? Are you wound up so tightly that you could snap at any moment? Or are you springy and flexible, moving in harmony with Mother Earth? If you are not adaptable, you will break. Now is the time to unwind, release, and reset the spiral coil that holds you together. Be in balance with the vibration of gentle and flexible movement. So that third energy is telling you, see where you're at. Are you being rigid where you could break, or are you flexible? But it is also saying, I feel the true message here. The true message is right now, in this time where you find yourself, that third energy is in the time to unwind, release, and reset the spiral that holds you together. So that third energy that's holding you together is unwinding, it's releasing, and it's resetting right now. So you may also want to catch my angel reading I just posted, because it seemed to be a lot about a period of time where there is a lot of undoing and redoing of patterns from the past that have to do with our ways of interacting. So this third energy between you is telling you that it is creating a unwinding, a releasing, and a resetting of the energy that holds you together. So I'm getting that down here. When you read it, like with what's really popping, what it's really saying to you, is that's what's happening in this time period, that your energies together are unwinding, rewinding, and resetting right now. And a lot of healthy energy, a lot of heart chakra, a lot of growth. I love seeing that green because it speaks of growth and abundance. But it's also a reminder to be flexible, to be bendable, to be mutable in this time too. So don't become rigid in your thinking, because that energy can hinder it and make it more, slow down the undoing process, the resetting process. It can make it snap or break, or put little clinks and the glitches there. So you want to just be very open and flexible energetically with the process. So don't become frustrated. There's the word. Don't become frustrated or impatient, because I feel like that's the rigidity here. You want to, it's just sort of like the message in the last reading, let nature take its course, because nature, the seed comes up and it unwinds and it unfolds, and we can't rush the process of seeing what this plant or this leaf is going to really turn into, right? But it is, just know that third energy wants you to know that it is resetting. It is resetting energy, and it's going to be in a more healthy, a more abundant, fertile energy coming in. So that's what that vibrational energy wants us to know. What is your person's higher self's message to you at this time? So what they want you to know. So this could be anything. This could be a message of encouragement, something you need to watch for, look for, something that they're, some way that they're connecting with you. So who knows what this is going to bring out. And I don't know why this one is the opening. This is like the card that explains the deck. I don't want that in there. So I'm getting a no rules. It's like, we don't want to know all the specifics. I don't know what that's about. Like, no rules. I didn't want that in there. So that feels like it might be a message. Something about, I don't want all this in here right now. So what does this fifth dimension person's energy want us to know? What is its message as a collective? Living spirit. I saw this a couple times. It's Apache tears. Interesting. I saw it a couple times there. It kept wanting to come out. Okay. It's an angel of comfort. And it says, are you grieving the loss of someone or something? Feel the grief and allow yourself to cry. Release the something. I can't say. Release the toxins from your body, mind, and emotional being. Comfort and peace are close at hand. Focus your attention on your desired outcome. That's the first message. So tears, a need to cry, a need to release emotionally. If you feel like crying, it could be, you know, maybe you're feeling their emotions, maybe you're feeling their grief. Process it. They're telling you to process it, to go with it. Don't hold it in. And it's the angel of comfort. It says, I allow myself to feel my feelings and express them through my physical and mental actions. Tears flow easily, and I am releasing pent-up emotions. I am able to let go. I am comforted. I am at peace. So that is their message. So this may be, again, something they're telling you to do, something they are doing, and you're feeling it. They're asking you to help them process. The stone Apache tears. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And interesting, it looks black and white or dark green and white, sort of like my cards in my last reading. So they're talking about grief, grieving, the energy of loss. They could be feeling the loss of a connection or you. Release the toxins from your body, mind, and emotional being. And we were talking about a reset here right now too. So with new growth, new positivity. And a lot of that last reading looked like coming out of a darker period, right? Where I don't want to go into that, but you could watch back at it. So it's kind of repeating itself here. I just want to see what I want to use. Okay, this person's mental thoughts of you right now. This person's mental thoughts, like they're 3D, tapping into their 3D self, what their mental thoughts about you are right now in this giraffe. Perception, foresight, advantage. A good bit about perception is of the last reading too. So my angel reading that I'm posting with this one is about perception too. Seeing a higher perceptive. It was as above, so below. And so that is sort of like the giraffe. Their head is way up here, their body's way down here, right? So it's kind of interestingly repeating itself. Perception, foresight, advantage. And that it's giving a foresight, it's bringing an advantage. This period is bringing an advantage, changing a perception. So their mental thoughts about you. I'm going to use a tree too. It's funny. This giraffe is reminding me of my seashell. I lost a seashell that was like my prized possession right now. You know, I mean, for me, is dear to my heart because it's a very rare shell, and I found it when I was in Florida this last time out on the Cape, and it has these markings, and it's speaking to me. like as the shell right now. It's interesting. So let's just see. And the giraffe is able to get to things that are higher up. Love it because it's going with the spiral coil. This is their mental process about you. So they love, there's a sense here of, we're thinking, we're processing mentally, but there is a connection mentally to their heart space, and they're processing their feelings. I feel like they're mentally and consciously processing their feelings right now in regards to you, because that was how we placed the card pull. And their perception is changing, their foresight, their sight about things is changing. And we had the eye in the last reading. The eye was in the center. And we're talking about advantage. So it can be that they're seeing they took advantage. There's something about advantage here. Or the advantage that your connection brings to them. There's something about this process. But I like seeing this because it's mirroring the spiral coil this week. And it's talking about new growth sprouting. Like, okay, I'm just seeing the giraffe now too is like, this would be the ground. This is their, coming up out of the ground. And just like the new seedling comes up out of the ground and can see. It's like, I can see something, they're saying here. When they think of you, they can see something. But it's growing from their heart. Something from within, because we have that feeling in the reading too of within. So it's not so much about like perceiving you as that, but maybe you mirroring that from within and seeing something in a way they hadn't been able to see it before. Because this giraffe is laying down, it's not standing up, and its head is higher, but it's gotten to this little girl's level. I'm really being guided to how it's positioned itself to be able to be at her eye level, to see eye to eye. Okay, I'm getting some more here. I'm able to now see eye to eye with you, or perhaps their own inner child, which you may represent or be mirroring to them, because this is a child. There's an ability, I'm seeing how I'm positioning myself in a new way to be able to see eye to eye with you. I'm sensing this new growth. There's something very new, and healthy is the word I want to say. In last reading, the angel reading was all about nature taking its course, but having to be at the right height, the right vantage point. Advantage. This says advantage, but I'm getting vantage point, my vantage point. And I can control my vantage point. So there's something about that in your thought pattern, which is very, very interesting. It's kind of mirroring each other. So let's see what's in their heart space. This is interesting. What is in their heart space, spirits? And I'm going with it. Even though and something told me it was going to be of the darker. It's interesting. It's okay. What's in their heart space is masculine spirit, action, power, dominance, tormented fear, shadow self, demon spirit. So in their heart space, they're feeling this. They're feeling that their actions, taken out of fear, taken from their shadow side, they're processing it, they're feeling it. But, just like the phases of the moon, like the dark energy. We were talking about the dark energy in my angel reading. That period, this necessity of the darkness and the light to coexist. The darkness where the seed is planted in the dark soil is the nutrients for growth. So they're feeling that energy. And we were talking about this grief, and it's black and white, and it's the dark energy, right? So I feel like in their heart space, they are feeling the effects of that. But I do feel like in a very healthy way, in a way that they hadn't before. When they had felt this before, I feel like they felt shame, they felt remorse, they felt bad about themselves, and it just perpetuated a spiral that wasn't healthy. Seeing no way out. But this, I feel like with this showing me the mental, because when I was shuffling, I thought this is going to be the opposite of this. I just felt it, and I was right. But it's because this is showing me the way that they're thinking is they're feeling this in a new way. They're like, wow. They're integrating their shadow side, is the words. They're integrating their shadow side here to be able to accept themselves wholly. Okay? And in doing so, then we can come out into the light and be our true individual selves. Because this is really tying into my angel reading. You definitely want to catch it if you're interested in this reading and it's resonating. So because of the way they're thinking and their vantage point and how they are positioning themselves to be able to see Ayanadi with you right now, is because they're seeing things completely different. Maybe a new version of themselves, because they're integrating that dark side, but they're feeling it. They're releasing it. They're telling you, here, I'm grieving the loss of someone, my old self, you know. And I'm going to say dark self like we're judging or we're labeling, right? Because that's a part of the ego. There's an egoic shedding here. Not just shedding, but integration, acceptance, an egoic acceptance. I don't want to say shedding or annihilation. I want to say acceptance, because it's a part of who we are here on the 3D human reality, right? And to continue to point the finger at the ego and our faults is to continually enthrall it and to perpetuate it. So we want to integrate it in a way that we're not shaming, just as we would in anyone else. So we want to do unto ourselves as we would do to others. So this person is definitely feeling all this, and it's new to them, perhaps. But it's still interesting to me how this looks like my seashell. It's like, okay, I don't know what this has to do with this. Probably has some link symbolically or energetically or something. All right, so head, heart. What's becoming conscious? Like, this definitely feels like a lot right here, but let's see if there's anything else that's becoming conscious, something that's coming out of the unconscious about you and your connection with them, something that's coming out of the unconscious into the conscious. And there's the gold. And we have dog spirit. They told me to look underneath. Dog spirit has been dogging me for months. Friendship, companionship, undying loyalty, undying loyalty, and wealth, status, windfall. It's coming out of the unconscious. So they're sensing their loyalty to the connection. They're sensing the golden, the wealth, the value is the word of this connection. Or their feelings about it, or their awareness of it. You know, this may be something that was just felt subtly that they didn't, you know, consciously have. But you can see this is just mirroring this. Because when they were truly in this, caught in this, they couldn't totally perceive this on a conscious level. So this is what's coming out of the subconscious into the conscious, is the value of this connection, is the wants of the friendship, the base friendship of this connection, the undying loyalty of the connection. So let's see what else is coming out of the unconscious into the conscious from this person's spirits. Thank you. I'm going to say thank you and gratitudes, because that's the key to my good energy this week. And we have passion. And we have a new path emerging. So seeing a new way forward. It's a new energy, a new path, a new way, like having the inspiration and the energy to see a new way forward, to see a clearing, to see new growth too, because this tree looked like it was not growing over here, but over here it is. So I'm going to leave it at that. So that is, so what do they want? So what do they want to happen? Let's see that. What do they want to happen? Like if they could have their wish right now, this minute, today, what do they want to happen? And remember, these relationships can be mirroring, and this can be something that you yourself is experiencing. You yourself are experiencing. What do they want to happen? Spirit of the wind, activity, movement, disruption. They want something to change. They may want something to radically change, and the bottom is frozen, delayed, and longing. So they want movement out of this. They want a disruption of this frozen, longing energy. Okay, that's what they want. What do they want? They could have their wish right now. Thank you and gratitude, Spirit, ahead of time for the message. Look at that, it pops right out, and it's abundance. So they want an abundance of movement. They want to, you know, something to make a radical change in this frozen state of longing. And again, we see color. This color came in my angel reading with this energy too. So they want to be able to, they want it to be colorful. They want the chakra alignment. You know, they want, this is like these are all very dark and dreary and kind of confusing and muddled energies. And this is very vibrant and healthy and beautiful, right? Like the new growth that is emerging and resetting, right? So that's what they would want. But what will they do right now? So we're still in, this is what they would want if they had a wish. What will they actually do right now? Thank you and gratitude. As soon as I say it, wow. False, hidden, deceptive is coming up. I'm gonna pull another one. Still hiding. Okay, cleansing, healing, emotions. So they're healing. They're doing just what they said. What they're gonna do is they're gonna hide this grief. This is hiding, hidden. It's masquerade. They have a mask over their eyes, which is where we cleanse and we heal, right? So what they're gonna do, what they are doing right now is hiding their tears, but they're telling you, you know, they're processing these emotions off on their own, and it's just kind of ending where we're beginning. You may be feeling this, and go ahead and help them with that process. If you feel a cry come out of nowhere, just go ahead and cry, because it's, you know, maybe they're feeling like they want to cry, but because, you know, their masculine energy, they don't really feel like it's the thing to do, and they don't, and it builds up and it comes out your way energetically. But this is what they're going to do. They're healing these emotions, but in secret, in hidden. So this isn't like a negative, bad. Again, all in perception, right? They're hiding this emotional healing that they're experiencing is what they're going to do right now. So that's still a part of the process. It may be why we were given the message in the angel reading to not add any verbiage. Don't add energy to this. Allow nature to take its course, because it just definitely is. My music stopped here. I don't know what. So that's what they're doing. Let's add some trees. What are they doing? What will they do right now, Spirit? Thank you in advance with gratitude. And it is speak your truth. I feel like I'm going to pull this one. And it is the crown chakra. Again, this isn't like the third eye, but it's sort of that what I said in the last reading about taking, and it's the beginning, the big beginning. I think this fell out in my angel reading. It fell out somewhere. I thought I saw the word big. It's the beginning of opening up to speaking their truth, speaking perhaps their true emotions without this feeling of being a bad person, seeing themselves in a way that, like, I'm always this way, I don't know how to break out of this pattern of being, or seeing themselves judging their darkness, right? They're healing that, they're integrating it, they're balancing it for new growth, for a new way of being, for a new way of seeing and perceiving the world around them and you and your connection from their heart that has been integrated into both sides, the light and the dark. And so what they're going to do right now, even though they would want this change and, new growth, beautiful new growth out of this frozen state of being, right now they are going to heal in private. But they are beginning to open up to their inner truth, to the ability to speak their truth. But it's not happening on the physical. This is the crown chakra. This is opening to, just like this new path, this tree opening. I'm opening up to the possibility of taking action on the value of this connection, on the longevity of the value of this connection. I'm opening to that. There's new growth here. New growth takes energy, it takes chi, it takes passion, it takes masculine energy in the right balance to do. So they're still processing, they're still opening, they're still integrating, they're speaking to spirit, they're opening to that higher concept. It's like the as above, so below, as we saw that in the last reading with the cards in reverse. So it's a process, and like I said before, nature is taking its course here. And I feel like I want to close with one final message from them to you. I need decks that have unspoken words on them. But let's see, what did they want to say? We can get a message in any way. One last parting message for right now from their higher self to the viewer. And remember, like I said, this is all can be mirroring. They're not the only ones going through this. You may also want to catch my Vampire Lovers series, because this talks about same scenario. This episode was being caught. I in that reading, I talked about it being an ego annihilation, but it's an integration is the word, and it's showing up here that it's occurring. So those readings go about every 3 months, and I can see at the heart of this. We're right at the heart of it. We're right in the center of that. But it's what I was saying was, this is a mirror. These relationships are mirrors. So, and they're a balance. So it's happening to you as well. One it can't be one without the other, I don't feel. So they're telling us here, last message, Amber, are you allowing someone or something to drain your energy? Establish boundaries. Surround yourself with a protective shield to deflect negative energy. Tap into the ancient wisdom within to transform your life. And it says, Angel of Boundaries. I have the courage to set boundaries with love and grace. I am protected from negative energy. I am connected with the powerful ancient wisdom that keeps me safe and provides me with the know-how to make positive changes. So there's a message here to you from them about boundaries and negativity and protecting yourself. And it can be that they're telling you they are around you in that higher form doing just that. But it's a reminder to not allow yourself to be drained, that it's okay for these periods of going inward. Most likely you've also pulled your energy back. And that's a healthy boundary to have, versus going forward and adding verbiage or whatever the word was and adding more to it. It's just unhealthy to, continue to try to interact to solve a problem that needs that time and space to be able to do so. And it's taking its own course. Nature takes its course. Allow nature to take its course. But also reminder of that boundaries, your personal boundaries, protecting your energy is important for not only yourself, but for them and the connection. So don't allow yourself to be drained. If you feel like you don't want to interact, don't interact. It's important to maintain your energy right now. Through this process of emotional healing that is occurring here, the two of you. So hopefully everyone has enjoyed this reading. Angel blessings to everyone and oceans of love.